If you've fallen off your diet or summer plan, you're not alone, and you're not a failure. You're human. I'll be the first person to say, staying consistent is a lot easier said than done. We always think we're in control of our schedules, but really we don't have a lot of control. Even if we think we can time block and schedule everything to a T, our schedule comes down to our boss or employer telling us when to work, our friends asking us to hang out, a family member needing help. Our schedule comes down to the random things that just happen, like when your blender breaks, or you pull the gas pump out too soon and spill gasoline all over yourself. Not speaking from personal experience or anything. Or when you're in the gym and you have one exercise left, but someone's using the machine you need. Then your schedule is no longer up to you. It's about the person using your machine. We're also not in control of ourselves as much as we might think. Our hunger, for example. We can try to have an eating schedule, but things get in the way and sometimes our bodies are just randomly hungry. And then what happens is we get caught off guard because we thought we had a schedule and our bodies didn't like that. My schedule got thrown off when I offered to take a night shift that I thought would be super easy, just drink an energy drink and get it over with. And it's crazy because the whole time I didn't even feel that tired, I didn't even feel that hungry or anything, but as soon as I got home, instead of sleeping, all I wanted to do was eat a whole box of donuts. And mind you, I had been awake for like 30 hours at this point, and basically I lost all self-control. The reality is we only have a certain amount of discipline that we're able to use each day, and once we've exhausted that, the only thing we can do to get it back is get a good night's sleep. But instead, I lost all self-control and ate the box of donuts and a bunch of other unhealthy food and felt awful. I had failed my summer shred diet, and I really hate to admit it, but I even failed 75 hard. Hopefully nobody heard that part. The thing is, we really just have to refuel with sleep. Sleep was the most important thing I needed in this moment, but instead, since I had exhausted all my discipline, I lost my self-control, gave into the temptations, and instead of refilling my cup of discipline, I filled my body with a bunch of fast food and donuts. And when we fill our bodies with crap and junk food, we cannot fill ourselves with the Holy Spirit. This led me to a couple days of binge restrict cycle, and it was not fun, and I was just wallowing in self-pity. I felt like such a failure. I felt like I had just given in to the sin of gluttony. I had lost self-control, and it was not fun. But you know what, guys? I am ready to get back on track with my macros and nutrition and actually fuel my body for success. And the first thing I needed to do was get back on a sleep schedule. I think sleep is the most important but most overlooked when it comes to self-control and discipline. Hard-boiled egg post-gym. I've been on my hard-boiled egg hyperfixation recently because my mom, I was gonna make some and then I was like, I don't have time for this. So then my mom made some, and so I haven't even learned how to make them, but she made them in the Instant Pot. Apparently it's really easy to make them in the Instant Pot. And dude, I feel like I always saw people eating hard-boiled eggs and I was like, oh, like that's really cool. Like, I should get into that, but I've never really liked hard-boiled eggs. Like, they look good, but I feel like if I eat a yolk and it's not runny, it's like, what's the point? Like, I feel like it's a waste of calories, but I've been into them recently. Like, they've just been so tasty, and they're such a good, like, snack because, I mean, post-workout, you got 12 grams of protein, and I used to be like, oh, 12 grams is nothing, but, like, I feel like, I don't know, I'm just very, like, I'm eating a lot more animal fats now in general, and it just keeps me so much more full than just eating, like, a bunch of egg whites or something after I work out, which is what I used to do. I used to be like, you know, why would I waste the calories on the yolk when I could just have a bunch of egg whites? But, like, it's just so much more satisfying. So good. Oh my gosh. I just spent way too much time of my life at Panera working on my college placement tests, and I literally only got one test done. Anyway, I'm ready decided to make some more protein waffles because I had this for breakfast, and honestly, I'm craving some more. There's so many variations of protein pancakes, but I love these because they don't include protein powder, and then I'm gonna put a little bit of yogurt on top. I just went to Walmart. There's nothing really new because, you know, I can buy the same groceries like every single week, but I might as well show y'all what I got. So first of all, some spaghetti squash obby. Go to every single week. I be eating spaghetti squash because I love spaghetti squash. Matter of fact, I'm gonna put this in the oven right now because it's just too easy to make. I like to heat it up for a little bit before I cut into it. I still have like a whole bunch of placement tests to do, so I'm gonna make my waffles real quick, eat those up, and finish my placement test, and then I'm gonna meal prep some of my other stuff. What else we got here? Some bone broth. I got some chicken bone broth. I try to get beef bone broth and avoid poultry, but Walmart does not seem to have any, so I just got chicken. Ooh, they actually have kiwis. So I got a couple cucumbers and a couple zucchinis. And then I got some kiwis. And then I just got 2 sweet potatoes because my mom already meal prepped a bunch of sweet potatoes. Water enhancer because... Ooh, I also got frozen raspberries. I love frozen raspberries. I love adding these to like everything. They're just so tasty. I just love raspberries. Alright, this is all my ground beef. I just got 3 pounds of 90-10. Actually, I got 4 pounds. That's bad. I also got some sauerkraut because I don't really know. This has like pre or probiotics or something. And I honestly just like the taste of it. So I feel like it's a nice little flavor enhancer and it's good for you. And then my mom is being so helpful. She's helping me meal prep and stuff. She meal prepped some hard-boiled eggs for me, sweet potatoes, and there's also a whole bunch of fruit already in the fridge. So I'm gonna make them more protein waffles. And the waffles are so much easier to make than pancakes. The pancakes, first of all, they take forever because you have to keep doing it. And then second of all, they're just a lot trickier to make. The waffles are so much easier. Number 2, you're not fueling yourselves properly. And I've been really avoidant of carb sources like grains and like things that most people will normally get carbs from. And so I mainly get carbs from like fruits and vegetables, which I really enjoy. But if I'm not getting enough carbs, like in general from fruits and vegetables, then I'm gonna be like craving carbs with like all of the exercise I do and stuff. My body was like super hungry for carbohydrates. I was like overdoing it with exercise. I went on this like sort of binge restrict cycle where I was like fasting for days. Alright guys, it is time to do my outdoor cardio. I think I'm gonna do a little run because I have not run in a couple of days. I literally just ran yesterday, but I haven't done like a recovery run because yesterday I was doing more like sprints and I was doing them inside. So I haven't ran outside in a few days, so I'm gonna do like a little 30-minute recovery run. I am really full though, just because I drink a lot of water, and then I had some spaghetti squash, which is very high volume, and then like some yogurt and the waffle. It was all like very volume. I was continuing to work out like crazy, so my cortisol levels were all over the place too. Your cortisol plays a big part in how you're going to maintain a healthy lifestyle. Run is done, which means time to stretch out. And let me just show you my little setup. So we have this like empty sunroom, so I have my little, very messy obviously, I got a walking pad for my birthday, and then I have this little desk so I can stand up here, and then like all the windows are open, which I love. And I have my little mat out here, my little foam roller, muscle gun, stretch out a little bit. Run. My pace was incredibly slow, but I mean, it was a recovery run. Average pace is very slow though. I'm a very slow runner, and that is okay because it's not really about pace. It's more about like energy expenditure, difficulty. What's the word I'm looking for? I don't know. But it's not really about pace. It's more about like your, what is the word I'm looking for? So I like to take my recovery runs like super easy. So very slow pace, and that is okay. I really want like quad striations, and I realized that I feel like the reason I do not have them is because I don't practice like actually flexing them, and that makes like a huge difference. Like my abs, like I flex them all the time, but like my quads, I like never flex them, and I think that makes like a big difference in like mind to muscle connection. So I've started like flexing them more regularly. Like I try to do it a lot, because just the act of like flexing them a little bit here and there, there's like studies that show that if you like focus on a muscle, even if you're not like working it out, like even if I'm not doing squats, it will increase your mind to muscle connection and just like help you build that muscle. Another reason that we can fall off track is by lack of preparation. And so like I was on this binge restrict cycle, and so I kept wanting to like fast or just like eat a whole bunch of fast food. And so I wasn't like actively meal prepping. Failing to plan is planning to fail. That is legit, you guys, because I was not meal prepping like I normally do. A really obvious reason, and this is kind of what I was talking about earlier, why we fall off track, is because we might be out of our routine. I had so many like random schedule changes. I had a drill weekend, I had an overnight shift, and it's just, when you're out of your routine, you're more likely to rely on how you feel rather than what you've committed to. And without a solid routine, everything just feels scattered, which can create stress and mental clutter.
I'm gonna wash my hair tomorrow, so tonight I'm gonna put some castor oil in my roots.
Wash it out. Okay, so I know that it's important to have carbs like around your workout window, and that's what I try to do. Like I try to eat a lot of carbs before I work out and after I work out, but I've been trying to be more strict on my macros, and I've increased my carbs because for when I was doing animal-based, I had them very low and I was mainly doing protein and fat. But now I'm like, I really want my carbs to be a lot higher because I feel like it's affecting my performance and like my cravings and stuff, and I want to be like actually on track with my macros in like a sustainable way. But anyway, all that to say, I keep having a whole lot of carbs left over at night, so I've been going back to my nightly sweet potatoes, which is something I did for a long time, because I used to have this problem in the past too, but I think I kind of did it on purpose. Like I liked saving my carbs for the night, but I really don't like eating carbs late at night because it makes me wake up like super ravenous at like 4 a.m. every single time when I go to sleep, or when I eat carbs right before I go to sleep. But even though it's annoying that I wake up super hungry, I do feel like it's helping me. I don't know, I just feel like I really want to be strict with my macros and trying to hit my macros, and I think it'll help me not have cravings. Dehydration is also a big one. Like staying hydrated is so important. I know everybody talks about it. Honestly, with how important it is, it doesn't get talked about enough. Like there have been countless studies showing people that have had chronic illnesses just be cured from rehydrating themselves. Poor hydration, it majorly affects your energy levels and appetite regulation. It makes your workouts harder, and it makes your hunger cues unreliable because you might feel hungry but really you're just thirsty. Another thing that can really get us is that all or nothing mentality. That this is what gets me, is like I will have one bite of a cookie or something and then it will just trigger me to binge on all of the cookies. Here's the thing, it's not about doing everything perfectly, it's about not quitting. You don't need a Monday to start again, you need to make a decision. And look, it can be so easy. It was so easy for me to get down on myself and just wallow in self-pity, feel like I had failed, feel like I wasn't a Christian, feel like I was falling into the sin of gluttony. But this can be a part of your testimony. God doesn't waste anything, not even the mess ups. You're not starting over from the beginning, you're just starting with a new perspective that can take you into this journey. everything is all part of the journey, right? When you fall off track like I did, definitely it's really important to come back to your why and who gave you the strength in the first place. Use this as feedback, not for self-hate. This journey, it's not about, becoming the skinniest or best looking. It's about stewarding our bodies for the Lord. You don't need to feel motivated to feel progress. You need a rhythm that grounds you. It's really important to build a routine that works with your life, not against it. I feel like one thing that's so important with getting back on track is forgetting the perfect day. Not every day is going to be perfect, but it's about those small wins. Little things you can do to show up for yourself and accomplish something you've committed to. And most importantly, reflect. Don't spiral. Instead of beating yourself up, just ask yourself, what caused me to drift? Was I tired? Overwhelmed? Was I too restrictive? It could have been all of them. Just finished a very short little speed run. Y'all, it is so beautiful. I just could not stop smiling the whole time. And I just had a really quick little, it was very short, but so much fun. My seasonal allergies are starting to get to me. I'm to go to my nail appointment. Nails are done. I'm absolutely obsessed. They look so good. I don't need to be exposing myself, but I did fake tan. I did get my nails done. Feeling so cute and ready for summer. After I shower, I think I might make myself a steak, and then I'm gonna eat that, and I'm gonna meal prep, and then yeah, I need to do my laundry. I need to vacuum my room, and I need to get all this done before 4:30, and it's 1:30, and I still need a shower. I'm gonna fill up my water bottle because a girl needs to hydrate or dihydrate. Y'all, I'm just obsessed with these chrome nails. I think they're so cute. This is a huge cutie. Like, kiwis are not normally this big. Ooh. So, am I an aesthetic queen? That is yummalicious. Change of plans. I'm just gonna eat my meal prep right now and make my steak a different day because I do not have time to cook a steak and then sit and eat a steak. Hello. Oh, crap. My bad. I'm trying to eat this slowly, but I'm trying to implement slow eating, so I'm gonna do my best to eat it slowly. Alright guys, fit check.
picture of the landscape.